Episode 9 is set to deliver tons of twists and turns and surprises by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing to look forward to in this film is that it's really going to be centered and focused on the battle between both Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, we do know that J.J. and crew, Chris Terrio, are aiming to deliver a huge lightsaber duel in the sequel trilogy and are even aiming high to quite possibly top the Anakin versus Obi-Wan lightsaber duel from Revenge of the Sith. Even though I think that's impossible, they could try, and we'll have to see and exactly wait out and see exactly how that actually comes out to be. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. However, when it comes to one of the set designs that will involve both Daisy Ridley and, of course, Adam Driver, this has all to do with a moment in one of the final scenes of the third act for one of the major lightsaber duels to come in this film. Now, specifically, Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver are set to shoot a sequence over in Cardington for one of the final scenes of the third act of the movie. The shoot is said to last 3 days and will start in the beginning of January. Both Ridley and Driver will be acting on a set that is described as catacombs, narrow pathways that will include a lightsaber duel between the two. It's said CGI will be used to emulate rubble collapsing as they rush their way out of the collapsing tunnels. This will be a key part of the major lightsaber duel to come in Episode 9. Another sequence to be shot between Ridley and Driver will involve Adam to be holding Rey's hand on the edge of a cliff. This could indicate that Kylo gets the upper hand and eventually helps her out before she falls to her death. Lastly, a sequence will involve Ridley and Driver to be chasing each other through mild fires on set. Some of the stunt doubles of Ridley and Driver will also be used for the scene that will include high jumps above fires. So I really wanted to go over a couple of parts about this major lightsaber duel in Episode 9. This is, of course, a scene in one of the final moments of the third act of the film, and it honestly sounds like that JJ is really trying to go all out when it comes to this lightsaber fight between both Kylo and Rey. So these catacombs, these narrow pathways, these tunnels, if you will, that are actually collapsing as both Rey and Kylo are fighting each other not only sounds dramatic, but it also sounds quite frightening because you can see, you know, from the rubble falling down, you can just imagine it in your head right now about what's really at stake here. Any of these characters in here could die at any given moment or second. So with that being said, I really do got to give JJ, Chris Terrio, and crew props to really developing a set like this that will involve the major lightsaber duel. Now, the other thing that I'm really curious about is the sequence where Adam Driver will actually be on the edge of a cliff, alright, the edge of an actual cliff, holding Daisy Ridley's hand as if he is pulling her up and helping her out. Now, this is of course a cliche moment in a lot of movies out there, not Star Wars movies, but just a lot of movies out there, a very cliche moment, right, where you have the villain and/or hero fighting the villain and/or hero, and one of them is on the edge of a cliff, holding their hand, trying to get them up. Now, we've seen this numerous times, and it seems as though that they are bringing this into a part of the lightsaber duel in Episode 9. Now, once, you know, Kylo saves Rey, is that when the lightsaber duel ends, or is Rey going to turn back on Kylo and resume the duel? That should be a pretty surprising moment if they do that. Now, the last thing that I do want to go over is, of course, the whole entire set design of this. It just sounds massive, and I think it does line directly up with what Kevin Smith actually described on Good Morning America, I believe it was, where he visited the set for Episode 9 with J.J. Abrams over there, and he described this set as one of the biggest sets he has ever seen in his entire life. So that to me sounds pretty inspiring for a Star Wars film, that JJ has the biggest set that Kevin Smith has ever seen in his life personally. Kevin Smith, by the way, is a director. He loves Star Wars movies. But past all of this, I think that what JJ and crew are trying to do is that not only are they trying to achieve a real cinematic lightsaber duel between these two major characters, but they are also trying to do something very unique and original that'll also be a callback to what we saw in Revenge of the Sith between both Anakin and Obi-Wan. It sounds like an emotional roller coaster now, doesn't it? It sounds like an adrenaline-rushed type of lightsaber fight between these two characters, which is something that I really want to see. Whenever I watch Revenge of the Sith, you know, that lightsaber duel, I gotta say, I mean, it's great. It feels like a ride, and that's exactly how it should feel. Now, of course, you know, that's going to have a lot of choreography. Same goes for this actual sequence that will involve a lot of choreography requirements by Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them